subways. I'm Eddie Lizárraga. I'm a subway train operator. I'm with Transit Workers for a Fighting Union. And we're a group of co-thinkers in the TWFU, Transport Workers Union Local 100. And first of all, we'd like to extend our solidarity with the Guajo's family, Eric Duprey's family, and their struggle to get justice. We in the Transit Workers for a Fighting Union are, as I had mentioned, a group of like-minded workers in the TWU, which organizes subways and buses in the city, and we fight to turn this union into an organization that truly defends and represents its members on the basis of our own collective strength and leans on the righteous anger of the working class as a whole, especially the ghettos and the barrios of the city, and bring us all together. And of course, what this means, it means not begging Albany and not playing by the boss's rules.
That's right. That's right.
It was often asked of me in trying to build this campaign at work, what does Eric Duprey's case have to do with the union? Or why is it even a concern? Well, it has everything to do with it.
Right on.
And then some. If you're gonna fight for your future, your well-being, for just about anything in this life, you have to know what you're up against and how it works. As of right now, as of September, it's October now, there's been 828 people that have been killed by police in America this year. And I'm sure I don't have to remind anybody who it disproportionately affects.
Us!
That's right.
Us!
And that's only a part of it. It's not counting the lives that are ruined by the prison and criminal justice system. Every year is like this or worse. And it's not a question of a few bad apples. It's not a few bad apples in the batch. It's the entire system that tries to maintain a racist status quo while protecting and serving Wall Street. The police are an integral part of black oppression in this society. And anti-black racism is used to drive down wages for all workers.
Right.
Yes, and even white workers too.
Right.
Not unrelated, you have anti-immigrant sentiment that's being stoked right now to deflect the blame for those truly responsible for the general misery, Wall Street. And Wall Street just so happens to be the enemy of labor, Wall Street and their profit system. I will tell you this, being a transit worker for 17 years at TWU, overwhelmingly black, Latino, immigrant, and this fact, this murderous rampage, it just comes home. In 2014, my union sister, Gwen Carr, a New York City train operator, had her son chopped to death for selling Lucy's. Her son was Eric Garner.
Say his name.
Right, say his name.
Eric Garner. In 2017, we had a station agent in transit who just didn't happen to open the doors fast enough for the cops to go after a perp. The cops and the company hounded him until he succumbed to illness caused by anxiety. They hounded him to death. And just last month, the cops opened fire at Sutter Station on the L line on Brooklyn, severely injuring 3 people for someone who didn't have 2 bucks 90 cents. Endangering the lives of public workers, $2.90. Think about that, just for that. You see, in the struggle against racist cop terror, what has been lacking has been the presence of labor, organized labor.
Right on, right?
And this is no accident, because in labor, there is great potential power, and they fear that. That was shown in recent strikes by longshoremen. In our union, the leadership, the misleadership and its wannabes are in league with the Democrats and the Republicans, preach the idea of civil service, that the cops are our union brothers and sisters in uniform. Furthermore, that the cops are essential to our safety in the subways and that prevent us from getting assaulted and whatnot. But as the old saying goes, no bad situation can't be made worse with the presence of cops. Everyone deep down knows that this is not going to prevent crime or assaults. Crime is real, it's messed up, but you cannot fight it if you don't address the cause of it. Poverty, the lack of a meaningful future, societal decay that are all endemic to this system, capitalism. The current leadership in our union accepts this as a given, that this will never change and that the boss man will always be the boss man. They lack guts and they lack imagination. We in transit workers for a fighting union don't accept those premises. We are carrying a campaign in our union to get elected for the executive board. It's kind of like the union congress to fight for our views. It's a humble start, but we are committed and we make no bones about being for black liberation. Set outside of the unions, workers must show the way. Justice for Eric and Gray.